Hi everyone, this is a weight loss update. I know I haven't done it in a couple of weeks now, so I thought I would do one that will do the last 2 weeks that have just gone. So the first week didn't go very well. Basically I put on 1.25 pounds, which I was kind of annoyed. Everyone's going to be annoyed, no one's going to want to put on any weight, but I mean, I know that I didn't really stick to it, to be honest. I was all over the place. I think there was only 2 days out of the 7 days I actually stuck to Slimming World. I think that was the Saturday and the Tuesday. So not really very good. The rest of the time, I think there was one day, Sunday, I was like still within my calories, but I was completely over my seams. I'd had way too much, so that wasn't really very good. And I don't know, any other days, I think the majority of the other days I was just over my seams really, and calories, both. And yeah, and then the Friday I didn't write anything on my Fitness Pal, so it must have been really bad because I actually can't remember what I would have had, but it must have been pretty horrific for me to not have written anything down. So yeah, so that was that week. I had a personal training session and I also went to the gym, I think once that week, so that was quite good. So I thought maybe with all my bad eating it might have counteracted and I might have lost, but clearly that wasn't the case at all. So never mind, it's the way how it goes. Then I went to the gym Sunday. Anyway, basically I spoke to a different trainer. He's not my personal trainer, he's just like quite into nutrition and stuff, and was just chatting to me about, you know, Slimming World really, and he doesn't really think it's any good. And I would say it does work, it works for a lot of people, but I'm not sure that personally it's working for me. I think if you do stick to it 100% you will lose, but I think it's a lot to do with kind of portioning really with it. You know, it stops you eating a lot of rubbish, you know, because you only have 15 things and there's only so much rubbish you can eat with 15 things. And rubbish I mean really basically chocolate, crisps, biscuits, you name it, ice cream, whatever really you're sort of kind of like as your treat. So I think it might be when you're already sort of on a calorie control type diet, it might not work as well. I don't know, but personally for me it's obviously not working. The trainer said it wasn't working and he gave me a bit of direction on what I need to be doing. So anyway, from that week onwards I then didn't have any chocolate, I didn't have any crisps, I didn't have any biscuits, whatever was bad I didn't have. I had more protein in my meals and I tried to cut down on the carbohydrates at dinner, sort of in the hope it would sort of make a difference really. And fruit, I had probably the same amount of fruit that I'd usually have, but in my mind I was still thinking about Slimming World and sort of coinciding it with it to see how it was. And there were some days I went over the things completely because he was suggesting like having coconut oil and peanut butter and all these things that are actually quite good for you, kind of in Slimming World terms not so good. I mean they're still good for you, but you sort of almost get penalised a bit for having it because you're using things to have something that's healthy and good for you, like with avocados as well. So I mean, seam wise, didn't really, the few days I stayed with these things and the rest it was because I was having other things that I wouldn't usually have. It was kind of off, a bit way off. But despite all that, I still managed to lose £1 last week, so I was pretty, I don't know if I was happy or not really. I think at the beginning I was slightly disappointed because I was expecting to have lost more because I didn't have any of the bad processed food. I was expecting to have lost £2, 2.5, dare I say it. But I didn't. So that was slightly disappointing, but then I thought, well, it's £1 less than I was like the week before, so it can't be all that bad. So I thought, well, I'll just keep going with what has been suggested to keep sort of plodding on. So really, slimming world, I'm not really on it, to be honest, and I probably won't be going back on it. I just sort of need to find a way to lose the weight, but if slimming world's not working, there's no point really staying on it at all. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So that's really it, to be honest, with the diet. The gym that week, I went once, wasn't very good. I ended up doing a lot of earlies that week, so it was just not possible. I was too tired. It was all went horribly wrong. So never mind, you know, it just happens, doesn't it? You just have to start again fresh. So that was it that week. And then I said in my last vlog that I was looking at maybe getting a Fitbit or a activity tracker. Now I eventually have taken the plunge and I've bought a Polar A300, which I've got, and I've only really worn it for like today, but if I show you, it's which is not a good angle at all. So that's it there, and basically it tracks. It came with, let me start off by saying it came with a heart rate monitor, which I haven't actually sorted that out yet, because you have to sync it with your computer and with the tracker. So the reason why I actually went for this one in the end was because the Fitbit, even though I liked everything about it and how it synced into my Fitness Pal, what I didn't actually like was the heart rate monitor and how inaccurate it was. There was a lot of reviews, loads of people said it's really inaccurate, you know, it's okay, but it's not going to, you know, show you what you want to see when you're at the gym. And then I sort of having a look at what they were using it against. They were looking, it was Polar basically, their heart rate monitors. So I had a look at quite a few of them actually, which I looked at like loads, and I decided that it's probably going to be the best one for me because it had the pedometer as well, so it could track all my steps, and it's fully waterproof. Some of the Fitbit ones are not waterproof. You know, I think you could wear them in the shower, but you couldn't go swimming in them. And then I sort of wonder, if you can't go swimming in them, do you really want to wear them in the shower? Probably not, you know, because it's expensive. So the Fitbit was way more, well, it wasn't way more, but it was a little bit more expensive. And I was paying for something that probably wasn't going to show what I wanted it to show with the heart rate monitor. So I thought, you know, this is less money and it's, the heart rate monitor is more accurate. I don't see what I'm thinking about here. I could see that, you know, it's not, there's no point having something that's not going to be accurate. I don't think the technology for the heart rate wrists is really there yet. Maybe in a couple of years time when it is, I might consider something else, but at the moment I think this will probably do everything I want it to do. Yeah, it does, see, it shows me my activity throughout the day, so basically it'll give me a percentage, and if I sit down for too long it tells me I need to get up and walk about. I think all these settings can be changed, but because I've only had it for like a day and a half, I'm still getting used to the settings. And yeah, so it tells me how long I've been active for, so how long I've actually been you know, walking about or doing exercise, and it also gives me how many calories I'm allowed to have for that day, and that goes up as the more exercise you do, that will show you the more calories you're allowed. So that's actually quite good. And then it will tell you how many steps you've done, and it will also tell you your distance that you've walked or run or walk, whatever, you know, it'll tell you your distance. So that's really good. And then it tells you how much more you need to do to get to your, you know, to get your bar full. So when you've done the amount that you've sat, then it will tell you how much more you need to do. So currently I need to do like 1 hour and 18 minutes of walking to get to my goal, which I'm probably not going to do, but this is only like the first full day that I've worn it, and I had a personal training session, so it's quite interesting really to see. I've done more than I thought I ever would, which is a little bit surprising. So far I've done 5,561 steps, and I've walked 1.85 miles, which is surprising. I thought I would be lucky if I get up to about 1,000 or 2,000, but so I'm quite impressed with that. And I also just want to go into the app very briefly, that on the app it actually breaks it all down for you. So it's actually got, it will tell you about your sleep, so how long you were asleep for, and it's actually quite accurate because I used it last night because I wanted to see how accurate it was, and it actually did say exactly how long I was asleep for, and it also says whether it was good sleep or whether it was restless sleep, and how long for each. So that's really good. And then also it breaks it all down so it can tell when you're lying down, when you're sitting down, when you're standing, when you're walking and when you're running. So it will show you in a wheel exactly what you've done at each certain part of the day, whether you were standing, and it will calculate how many minutes to hours you've done of that as well. So that was another thing that I thought was really good. I could see, you know, if I'm not walking enough at certain times of the day, then it might spur me to get up and have a walk. Like if I'm at my desk at work, I'm sitting there doing nothing, but you know, would it hurt for me to get up and have a little bit of a walk? No, probably not. So I thought that was really good as well with that. And also the heart rate monitor, you know, that also syncs, and I don't know exactly how it works because obviously I haven't done it yet. When I do, I'm hoping it's going to show a bit of depth on the actual app. But the only thing that I do know that I've seen from quite a number of reviews, that when you're actually wearing the heart rate monitor and you're wearing the tracker on your wrist, you can actually see whether you're in fat burning or if you're in cardio, because there's a little heart, and apparently if it's on one side it's fat burn, and if it's on the other side of the line then it's cardio fitness. So I think that's going to be quite good. So I'm going to try using that when I go to the gym, because that was the other thing. A lot of these are only really for people who just do walking, and I don't tend to do a lot of walking. Most of what I do is the gym, which is strength training, obviously cardio on the machines. And this will actually specifically do that. You would pick, there's an option in here where you pick if it's strength training, and so it will know that you're doing strength training as opposed to the treadmill or cycling, so it can actually work that way. And something else I haven't said, obviously I said that you can wear this when you're swimming. The heart rate monitor also works when you're swimming, so not that I swim, I don't, but I might start. But you can put the heart rate monitor on and go swimming, and it will tell you as well if you're working hard enough, which I think is really good. I think it's maybe one of the only heart rate monitors on the market that can actually do that at the moment, as far as I know. Don't quote me on it though, I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. So yeah, so I'll keep you all updated really of what I think of it, but so far I've been quite impressed. The only thing that sort of I wasn't sure about was how big it is. Look how raised it is on my wrist. It's really quite massive, you know. It's really much bigger than I sort of wanted. But you know, if it does what it does, then that's great. And if it encourages me to do some more sort of activity, walking, exercise, then it's worth it. You know, for the money I paid, it's cheaper than a Fitbit, and it does more. So, and also the other thing is, which wasn't really a deal breaker for me, because obviously the Fitbit I was looking at was the one that you can't remove the strap. It was the Fitbit Charge HR is what I was looking at. I decided against it. But this one, you can actually take this off because you charge it through here, and you can actually change the strap so you can get different straps. I think I've got one here. Yeah, so I bought the, let's see, bought the blue one here, which I haven't tried it yet. I've just been wearing the one that it came with. I mean, if it had come, the whole thing had come with the blue strap, I would have just got that, because I didn't really want the white one, but I didn't like the black either, and I wasn't sure about the pink, so they were the only 3 colours I could get. So that was the only thing with that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck everyone for all your weigh-ins and your diet and stuff, or whatever you're on. And I will see you all, I think, the weekend. So I'll probably do my next one. I'm trying to do them every week, but it doesn't always happen because I'm so busy. That's why you've got one. It's 2 weeks. So I thought I would just say that in case I don't get to do it at the weekend, and I do it next week instead. So, but obviously I do like doing the videos, and you all seem to like watching them, so I'll continue doing them. See, it'll be a slightly different journey because it won't be slimming well, but you know, it'll still be interesting. I'm sure there's lots of people out there who struggle to lose weight, and you know, Slimming World is an option for them, so maybe I can help, I don't know. So anyway, have a good week everyone, and I'll see you weekend. And if you like the video, thumbs up, comment below if you've got any questions, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Okay, bye.